Good day, class. For this week, at the end of our topic, you are going to analyze the forms and functions of social organizations or the social groups. Now, let us define social group or social organizations. When we say social group, this includes families, companies, circles of friends, clubs, local chapters of fraternities and sororities, and local religious congregations. We can classify social groups into two, the primary groups and the secondary groups. So let us differentiate the two. When we say primary groups, an example of this is your family, your friendship group, your work group, and gang, cliques, like that. And the size, it tends to be small since there are only limited members on that part. And the nature of members is more on social, emotional, or personal since you are very close to each other. You have a face-to-face communication every day. You are seeing each other. So, there is more on social emotional. And the duration is long-term since you are with them for a long time. So, there is a long-term on your relationship. And the demands on members might be greedy sometimes since there are no rules. You can say what you want, you can do what you want sometimes, and want to take in entire individual. And in terms of social control, it is more an informal since there are no rules like what I've told you. The members is greedy sometimes and can say what you want, can do what you want. There are no big punishments for that. And the boundaries are relatively closed. So, you can say what you want since you are very close to each other. If you are mad, you can say, you can tell something. If you are happy, you can open up. So, what about in secondary groups? An example of this are the corporation, the city, university, the nation, the faculty staff or members, the workers, the business associates. So those are an example. The size tends to be very large since there are many different members in different places, from different places. And the members attachment might be more on impersonal since the goal of this joining into this certain group is more on personal interest because you want to earn something, you want to do something for your own, so that's why you are there. And the duration might be long term or very short term, dependent on your decision or your situation. For example, you are still happy in that group or on your job, so you can stay. But for example, you are not happy anymore because something wrong or what, because of the salary might be, so you can live on that group. And also the demands is limited. Why? Because since there are rules and you have responsibilities to take, you need to do your job on that certain groups, so you cannot demand anytime you want. So it is only limited. And the social control is formal. If you've done something, they will give you punishments. Sometimes they will fire you or they will remove you to that certain group. And the last one is the boundaries are relatively open. Easier to enter and exit. It's up to you. If you're not happy anymore, you can leave on this job or in this group. So that is an example of secondary groups. There is also what we so called as in-group and out-group. We can easily give an example for this. But in-group and out-group was developed to the concept of Mr. William Graham Sumner, an American sociologist. And when we say in-group and out-group in sociology and social psychology, An in-group is a social group to which a person psychologically identifies as being a member. If you are acceptable to that group, you are part of them. Maybe because you have the same perspective, race, gender, etc. But by contrast, an outgroup is a social group with which an individual does not identify. You are not a member of that group, or you are not belong to that group, maybe because you have a different perspective from them, or you have different race, gender, etc. So that is the difference between in-group and out-group. We can really say that being a part of a group we want is very important. From friendships to families to entire societies, humans naturally form social groups. In fact, this tendency is essential to what it means to be human. And it is very important because it plays an important role in daily life, and it helps humans make meaning of the world around them. So that is why groups or joining in different kinds of social groups is very important, and also it is a major source of solidarity and cohesion. Just to remember that unless you join in a group, you can't decide if it's good or bad. Sometimes it's you, the chosen, sent to influence others. There are 12 benefits of social organizations. So what are those? The first one is that yourself is now improving when you are already in that certain organization. And then your soft skills will now also develop, and your other skills that you have learned in your class. An example of soft skills is that your mind will improve and it will become matured enough to make decisions. And also you will get networking opportunities like contacting, using social media. Also, you can support a cause or host an event. So those are an example of networking opportunities. And also the concept of teamwork. Then the next one is that you will meet different types of people or diverse groups of people. You will learn to appreciate different kinds of people or different perspective, because they are also a member of that organization you are in, and your leadership skills also might develop. If you are shy type today, or you are an introvert type, maybe someday, not now but maybe on your college level, or when you are done with your schooling, you are already working and you are belong to a certain organization, it might develop the leadership skills, and you will get a break also from your studies or from your work, because it is not more on learning concepts. Maybe it's because about sharing something about your life or helping others. So it depends upon the objectives of that certain organization you are in, and it will also expand your resume before you start applying for a job. According to your educational background or the organization you are in, you can also put it on your resume as also a good record if the company you want to work with read your resume, and they will see that, oh, you are in this charity organization, so therefore you are very helpful, like that. So that is an example. And then the next one, you will be able to give back to the community, like a charity organization, for example. So you have a good life, and you have an extra income, you have enough money. So by joining to that social organization, for example, you are hosting an event for a cause. So you are one of the also the sponsor. So in that way, you can or you are now able to give back to the community or help those needy ones. And the last one is that is also important that you are having fun or you will have fun if you are joining to that certain organization that you want. So those are the benefits of social organization. Okay, so we're done with the benefits of social organizations. Let's proceed to one of the examples of organizations. And this one is a school organization. The BRPCS Supreme Student Council, wherein one of your classmates is already a member of this school org. And if you want to join, or your younger brother or younger sister, if they want to join, they can join here. Just ask the SSC members or officers and their advisor. Okay? It is really important that every aspects in our lives we need to develop. But this one, the spiritual part, we really need to develop this one since sometimes we experienced problems, worries, stress in our lives. So with the help of this organization, in joining them, especially meeting new friends or co-members of this organization is really a big help, especially when they are sharing positive perspectives in lives. So joining in Missionaries for Christ Youth Bataan is really a good decision for you being a youth. So I hope that most of you will or are encouraged to join in this community. So I think one of your classmates also are already or is already a member of this organization. This one is an example of religious organization in our school. And it is an active organization wherein it is founded by our sisters, the Sisters of Saint Catherine. So this is a Kalooban ng Diyos Mariveles chapter. And I think also one of your classmates or your schoolmates in our school are already a member of this school organization or this religious organization in our school. And also it teaches us, or the mission of this org is to build a better world rooted from total development and moral values consistency. It is connected to the vision and mission of our school that we need to improve in ourselves. So I hope also you are encouraged also to join in this organization, the Kalooban ng Diyos. Missionary Families of Christ Bataan is a religious organization wherein one of its group is the MFC Youth Bataan existed in our place or in our province. If you are a kid and you wanted to join in this group, you can join the Kids for Christ. And if you are a teenager, you can join the MFC Youth Bataan. If you are or if you reach the age of 21 above, you don't have family yet, so you belong to the Singles for Christ. If you have a family and you are the only member or you wanted to join on this group, you belong to the Handmaids of the Lord. And if both of you, the couple, wanted to join in this community, you belong to the Couples for Christ. So, as what I've told you a while ago, the main purpose of this religious organization is to improve the spiritual aspects in our lives. If you wanted to improve your talents or your abilities, you can join also the Kabataan Musicology. existed here in our province also. This will really develop or improve your talents. Triskelion de Bataan is a sorority group wherein their vision is really good. They are doing voluntary activities, charity works, and one of the member of this Triskelion de Bataan founded the Give a Smile project. A type of charity organization wherein they are helping the needy ones always here in Bataan. And it is a really good objective for them because they are able to give back to the community. They are receiving donations, they are giving also donations by means of their incomes, their own money, so that is a good purpose. Class, let us take note to ourselves that those who support us genuinely, those are the real people that we should always keep around. And always remember also that in terms of supporting with each other, it is better always to give than always to receive. What does it mean? You are also there to support also your friends, your families, your loved ones, not only them who will support you. Just remember that. And not only on happy times, those are your real friends or real companies that you need to be with you. Rather, even at your tough times, hard times, worst times, they are always there. They are not leaving you also. So, those are the things that we should remember. Not only in this present situation, but also on the near future.